How's everyone doing tonight? It's Saturday night, and I feel all right. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Hello again. It's a wonderful Saturday night. It's cold out. Got the long sleeve on. It's nice and... it's actually not too bad in the basement. What is it in the basement? 21 Celsius. 21. It ain't too bad. 21 and 30% humidity. So yes, tonight we are carrying on with the RatRig. So for the plans, for those that missed last week, we've got our Z and our Y assembled and installed for the most part. And I don't know what's next. We're just going to go with whatever's next in the manual. So let me find the build guide. Where are we at? So X-axis, Y-axis carriage. I guess that's where we're at. So I'm not streaming from Ottawa. No. Why would I be from Ottawa? It's Eva 3D's birthday. Happy birthday, Eva 3D. Eva 3D. Eva 3D. Happy birthday. So let's see. What's everyone up to? Let me check on chat before we get started. Seeing you guys were talking about how far we were going to get. So the plan is hopefully we wrap up the mechanicals tonight. We're not going to be doing any electrical magic pixies in the wall tinkering stuff tonight. Hopefully tonight we're going to get the mechanicals built up. And then the next stream we'll start with the wiring. And I'll get to that when I get to that because we're going to have to... I still have to do some CAD work essentially. So let's see, where did we leave off? So we got to put the Y carriage on. So we're going to need some stuff. I'm going to need some belts, a printed part, whatever that is. Yeah, we're going to carry on. So let me find those parts. So Steve Bills. Hey, Steve. Let me look for my parts. I know where that part is. I printed that part. Where are you? That's EVA stuff. So I have that. I've got... Oops, don't lose the heater. Let me get the box of gubbins out. These are my gubbins. Oh no! Dropping stuff already. Let's get the music on. What are we going to do tonight? What are we going to do for music tonight? Let's see. What are we going to do? Let's do some stream beats because I don't like getting DMCA'd. Let's do some hi-fi. Everyone likes hi-fi. Properties. Why don't you want to play the music? iPod Pro, why aren't you playing the music? Come on, OBS, do your thing. There we go. OBS finally caught up. There we go. Now is that... There we go. Okay. I tried the tip for the PDM unit and I make it kind of wavy even after PID. Is something wrong? I've had no issue with it. It depends a lot on your wiring, what bed heater you're running. There's a few different things that come into play. I know I don't have any issues with it. I've heard some people have. It's kind of like it fixes most people's issue. Peacemaker soundtrack. I haven't watched Peacemaker. Okay, so I'm gonna need some belt. Is this the belt? This belt looks really small. Okay. 9mm wide timing belt. So it's this belt, I guess. Is there any brand to this belt? Nope. Does have fiberglass in it though, so that's good. So we got the 9mm belt. I need some, let's get these out of the way. M5, 3 M5 nylocks. Killer Prince, thank you for becoming a member. Do I just dump everything out and just deal with it, or do I keep trying to keep it organized? That's for Zed. Little baggies of things everywhere. Yep. M5 nylocks, there we go. So I need 3 of these, and then 4 M3 nylocks. Oh, so they're all in the same bag. Okay, so 1, a 2, a 3, and then 4 M4s. So some of these are M4s and some of these are M3s, I'm betting. 2, 3, 4. I'm guessing that's that. Okay. 2 M35s or M325s, or yeah, 2 M325s. M312s. M316, 10. M325s. Okay. So how many of these do I need? 2. M312s, which I could have sworn I saw a second ago. M312s, M312s, M512. M310, 16. Okay, that baggy's empty. Get rid of that baggy. 325s, already got those two. M312s. M36, 30, 35, 40. M312s, there we go. Are you kidding? Thank you for becoming a member. I guess you're not kidding. Why belt cover printed part? What does that look like? It looks like it's just a somewhat rectangular piece with 2 points. Is that it? Nope. Is that it? Nope. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, so we got that, we got that. We got that, we got that, we got that. Okay, so assemble the Y holder, part 1. So that's like that, and I need to put the 2 M5 nuts in there, and then the 4 in the other side. Okay, so that's gonna be fun to somehow get those in there. What hot end will this go? So actually at the moment, it is looking like I'm just gonna put the Voron Edition Dragon High Flow in it from focus. Yeah, the High Flow Voron because I have it and I might as well use it for something. So it's a High Flow Dragon Voron Edition. And yes, I'm putting it in V-Minion, but why not? Oh, this is gonna be fun. It's either that or just a regular high flow dragon, but I'm not putting that high flow in the V2. I'm putting it in the. I'm putting a Revo in there, so I have an extra one. Foreign edition part in a V-Minion. Well, it's red, and we want this to go fast, right? Red is faster. Like, that's how it works, right, guys? So these don't stay in here. These are going to fall right out the moment I flip this over, I bet. Yeah. So I'm not putting these in yet because those are just going to fall right out. And the M4s go on this side. It's funny, sometimes, like I printed all this in ABS, right? So sometimes the parts are like super tight, and other times they just fall right in. Let's use the screw. Yeah, just use the screw to pull them in. When in doubt, use a screw. Uh, 3-to-1 view to like ratio. Nobody ever hits that like button. Do me a favor, everyone. Like that smash button. Do this now. Correct that imbalance. Imbalance is never a good thing. Must bring balance to the ratio. That part is probably the most frustrating. I push the M5 screw first and then catch the nut with the back pull the nut into the socket. Yeah, I could see this part being a problem. What is a like button? It's the thingy that does this. This will stay there, but I will try to get it to stay there. Okay, that's probably going to fall out the moment I let go, but whatever. Okay, so pretend we have these M5s in there because they're just going to fall right out. Hope I'm having a great evening with the V-Minion. Well, we just started, so M325, fasten the M325 screws for the Y belt. Take care not to over tighten. Oh, so I'm just putting these in. Okay, so I'm just putting, I guess these screws just go in there. Okay then. Rigidity, I guess. They're there for sport. That's actually, if you don't know, that's like a common trick with 3D printed parts. If you're trying to increase like strength in an area, design it so you have like a bolt going through it to act like a brace or like a cross beam or something like that to like beef it up. Can you like the smash button? Just click the thumbs up. If it changes color, it worked. So that goes there. Okay. Put those in. That goes in, and then that goes in. Okay. And that's gonna fall right out. Is what it is. Put the belt in. Okay. So it looks like teeth are towards the middle. Nate Bean, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. So what is it? The 650mm 9mm wide belt. Take one end of the belt and fold it back onto itself so the teeth lock together and form a loop. Okay. Insert the teeth in the loop as a wide. Okay. So this just kind of. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Is there a trick to this? It's more about the future. EGA sell for drag chain holder if someone wants it there. Oh. How much extra should I be worried about? Like, am I gonna be worried if I have like that much extra in there? You know what? I think I got it. There we go. No, that's fine. Okay. Well, I have even less there. There we go. I'm always paranoid with belts. I'm always paranoid that I'm gonna accidentally take too much off, or so M3, what are these? M316s. Okay, actually, I think I grabbed M312, so let me find some M316s. Is M316s? M316s, okay. Are these M316s? They are. Go. Open these holes up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of wiggle room. Just give them just giving them a little bit of room to breathe. So that goes that way, that goes that way. That way, that goes that way. Nope, nope. Make sure that M5 is in there. Don't want that to go anywhere. And you're screwing into plastic, so don't over tighten it. And basically, you're screwing into a lock nut, so pretty much when it's there, it's there. Okay. So, there's our little Y assembly part, I guess. I don't have the M5s in there because they're not going to stay in there. They're just going to fall out if I try to put them in there. So, the belt is upside down? What do you mean the belt is upside down? Oh, my belt is upside down. Oopsie doodle. Oh, David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Apparently my belts are upside down. So I need it like that. Yeah, belt down. Get in your hole. There we go. Now it's in its hole. There we go. Okay, so we got the M5 in there. Little cover plate. Okay, so now we're good. Okay. So we put that, loop the belt in, wipe cover print apart, take care not to over tighten, and set this aside until step 6. Okie dokie, I can put that aside. You go over there. Okay. Prepare the Y carriage. Okay, so I need the bed, the whatever that printed part is, which is this printed part. Hey, Craig, $10. Thank you. Appreciate it. I was just about to sit down and play some Cyberpunk because it's a time. What happened? My phone says Nero is live. Oh, well, I guess I can play anytime. Game's been out. Is it good now? Did they fix it? I've been waiting to play it because I played it for like a week when it first came out, and then I kind of put it aside because it was so buggy. So if it's fixed, I might start playing it finally. Okay, so we got the V-Minion subplate, 2 M512 low head cap screws. Oh, okay, so M512 low head cap screws. M512 low head cap screws. Okay, I don't have those in there. Nope. So M312, M512 low head cap screws. M512 low head cap screws. Okay. I have picture-in-picture doubling on my camera view. Which one? Which one? This one? What do you mean doubling? Yeah, and or in the desk view? I don't know. They fixed most of it? Okay. Like, I play it on computer, right? So it's not like I'm playing on a console. Okay, so we got those. 6 M3/8. Every build in 3D printing history uses a crap ton of M3/8s. Two, how many do I need? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Body cam has body cam and like this one? I know it's doubled up. That way you can see my face while it's still zoomed in on the because right now my face, if that wasn't there, what is that? You wouldn't see my face. See? You would see my beard. That's why I have that there, so you can at least see my face. That way if I'm talking, you could see me. But it zoomed in on the workspace. Okay, so we got that. 2 M3 nylon. Well, I've already bought it, so they already have my money, so I'm just waiting for it to be kind of tweaked a bit. I mean, let's be honest, Skyrim is buggy to hell and people love that game, so. There's another piece here, a belt holder that I saw earlier. There it is. Okay, so I think we're good. Okay, so. Tilt. Pivot. There we go. Okay, so we got this piece, like that. These. And then at this point, I gotta put the M5s in. So, get my tweezers. Skyrim wasn't that buggy. I remember it being pretty buggy on release, but at least it like never crashed. I think, was that the issue? I don't know. I never played it on console. I never played, like I'm a PC gamer. I never played these games on consoles. So I know a lot of people complain that Cyberpunk was buggy on the consoles, but on PC, like, people didn't really complain too much. You had weird stuff like people walking around, but the game was playable at least. Dang it. Okay, so. Let's try and do this upside down. Oh, no. Come on, let's get started. Dang it, even that one didn't start. What the heck is going on here? And now they're upside down. Are these even the right bolts? No, these are M4s. Why am I... M4 don't work. I need M5s. Where I don't know... Where are my M5s? Oh, they're in the bag of extras. Ah, dang it. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to grab from stock. I don't have any M5 lock nuts in stock. They're in the extras bag of... Oops, we forgot stuff bag. Fallout New Vegas wasn't made by... No, that was Obsidian. And Fallout New Vegas is, from what I understand, a gem. Which means that's not an M5 either in there. Shoot. I have one more M5. Lock nut. There's, yeah. All these nuts. Explains why nothing was staying in place. Are they making a Fallout? Everything's got to be a series now. Everything. I don't have high hopes because, like, I don't know. The Lord of the Rings one, they don't have the rights to anything. From what I understand, the Lord of the Rings, like the series that they're making, doesn't actually have the rights to like anything. Like they can't use the books. They can't use like the Silmarillion. They have to like create everything on from scratch. So I don't have too high hopes. And then Halo, I don't know. The fact that there's a Chevy Tahoe in the commercial. There we go. Let's get one in there. Putting... Oh, that's gonna be a nightmare. Okay, so 2 holes towards the front and then off towards the back. Right, so if that's like that, that goes like that. Okay, so if that goes like that, this comes up through the bottom. See if I can. $1 billion fan fiction. Exactly. Which I got nothing against. Like, if you want to do original, it's just, I don't have high hopes. It's like, hey, we have this IP, but we can't use anything that people are familiar with. And it's like when you see a movie trailer, and it's like, when they say something like, from the producer of something that you know, because they can't sell it on its own merits, so they have to like bring somebody into it that, you know, the audience can go, I remember that. Gotta like get something to stop spinning. Okay, now spin. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we got one in. I mean, they've got Galadriel and plate armor adorned with Feanor's emblem, despite her loathing him, so yeah. But it looks cool. I just got a feeling it's going to be a lot like Lord of the Rings. Like Game of Thrones season, like the final 2 seasons, where everyone just kind of realizes, like, you know what? Like, they kind of... Once they went off on their own, everything just kind of went downhill. I just got a feeling it's going to be like that. If you take a look at the build manual 00 preparations, take step 3, it might help. Well, I think we're past 00. So there we go. Okay, so we got that, which is that. So I got that like that. That comes out. Belt down. That looks proper, I think. Okay, we're good there. Okay, and then assemble the Y carriage. So we've got, that goes on top here, or underneath, with 2 M38s, and then looks like just the, yeah, that should be easy. I don't know, my whole thing with TV now is I very rarely will just watch a show right off the bat. I'll wait for like a couple episodes in, or at least wait for the season then, and then I'll just binge it. And the producers are already attacking the fans for not liking it. Well, the problem is the fans are the people who are going to pay you, or you're going to make the money from. Silmarillion was very meh for me. It's like a deep like book. I tried reading like some of it years ago after I read the original Lord of the Rings books, and I was just like, yo dog, this ain't for me. But if you're all about world building, which that's what the Lord of the Rings are. The Lord of the Rings are written as if they are history. They're written as if they were, you know, stories from before now, like ancient history type. Like they're written as if they happened thousands of years ago. That's like the whole thing of Lord of the Rings. It's not like Game of Thrones where they're written as just a fantasy. It's like, no, Tolkien's like, yeah, I'm just gonna write like a mythical world from thousands of years ago before now. Take care not to over tighten the M38s as you can damage the printed part. Yep. Okay, now we're putting this on. So belt on the side that has the stuff. Okay, so that looks good there. So put that on. V-Minion carriage, M38s, align the X-Y axis with the Y-axis linear rails, securely fasten these before. M38s, do not overtighten the M3 as it can cause the V-Minion subplate to twist and not be flat. This can cause issues with the print bed not being level. Slide the assembly Y-axis up and down the rail to make sure it runs smoothly. If the assembly binds at all, loosen the M38s and check again. Okie dokie. It was supporting his development of languages. Yeah, like, he just like, hey, I'm just gonna make up a language and create an entire universe for it. and I can hear the dog outside the door. So 1 second here. Somebody wants to say hello. So, hi mobile camera, come here. You want to say hi? Come in, come in. Come in, puppy. Come on. I don't have anything because you're on a diet, but you can say hi to everyone. The screwdriver's an ES126. Oh, you good boy. Oh, you're a good boy. You had fun in the snow yesterday? Did you have fun in the snow yesterday? You good boy? Kisses? You kisses? Oh, good boy. Okay. You know you don't get treats anymore. I specifically don't keep them in here because you would come in here all the time. Go ask Mama. Duff 699 doggo. Yes, he is a good boy, but we're trying to. He's getting older, so we're trying to cut down on the treats and whatnot. And I had treats in here for a bit, but then every time I would come down here for anything, he would bug me for treats. Healthy doggo fund. Oh, he's got healthy food. It's just the treats. There we go. Mom's home, so he's not moping. Yep. Okay, well, that moves pretty good. Okay, so you put that on, you screw it together, and you make sure it moves, so it goes backwards and forwards, and we're good. Okay. Install the Y-axis belt. Okay, take the free end of the timing belt, feed it around the stepper pulley, continue feeding along the Y-axis, feed it until the Y-axis pulley, and continue back to the Y-axis cartridge, or carriage. Pull the Y belt and mark it where the Y-axis carriage. This can be a marker simply by holding it. Measure 16 millimeters or 1/18 on the belt. From the position marked previously, double check your measurement, then cut the belt at this point. The belt can be cut with regular scissors. It's better to cut the belt too long than too short. If you're unsure, cut it longer than expected. You can remove more if needed. Okay. So, I really don't want to screw this up. Cutter's out. So that wraps around there. That wraps around. Come on. There we go. So, okay, so continue, so pull it through where it meets. This could be a marker. Okay, so mark that, again, count 8 teeth, then cut it. Okay, so get my marker out. Okay. Does this actually go all the way through? No, it does not. So I basically need to, well, I can't see, like, okay. Okay, so right there. Okay, so right there, that one tooth, okay. And then count 8 and then cut it, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 5, okay, 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Snip. I've got plenty of extra belt if I screw this up, by the way. Okay, now that goes there. Okay, so we cut that. Cut the end of the belt, Y tensioner printed part. I got it right here. Wait, this ain't it. This is the wrong axis. Wrong axis. The Y-axis one. It's bigger. And I printed a blue one. Or wait, is this the wrong one? Is there supposed to be a hex on it? No. This is the wrong piece. This is the wrong piece. Y-axis tensioner. There we go. That's the Y-axis tensioner. Okay, I don't have a blue one. Okay, enough Lord of the Rings, guys. Okay, so insert the end of the belt into the printed part as shown. M550 insert and then tighten. Okay, so I'm supposed to insert all of it, I guess, into there. Get in your hole. There's a 3D printer being built. There is? Where? Where? No, that's supposed to be centered, so I guess push that down. Okay. And that goes, hopefully that fits in there. How's that supposed to fit in there? The nuts are in the way. What? Did I use the wrong low profile nuts? I did. I used the wrong low profile nuts. Derp. These are the low profile nuts I'm supposed to use. There are so many different types of nuts on this build. And bolts and screws. That's what she said. There we go. Question, why M5 lock nuts instead of M5 heated inserts? I didn't design this. So I'm a big fan of heat sets. That's one of the things on Voron that we moved away from a little while ago, was using hex nuts, captive hex nuts, and moving to heat sets. It just makes everything a little bit easier to deal with. But I didn't design this printer, so. And the overhang in here is a little poopy, so I might have to try and clean it up a bit. What is it? It's M550? M550. M550. So And this should make the belt nice and tight when I'm done here, I'm betting. You can now adjust the tension on the Y belt, tighten the M5 to increase, loosen to decrease. Okay. That seems okay there. Our movement seems pretty hunky-dory. Wiki. Okay, we're good there. Meet halfway, use square nuts. This ain't a Prusa. Prusas use square nuts, don't they? I'm pretty sure Prusas use square nuts. I've never built a Prusa, so. Prepare the bed parts. Sweet. Bedtime. Okay. V-Minion cast bed. Okie dokie. M6 nylon. So are we actually putting the bed on now? Like, apply the silicone. Okay, I guess we are. So, yeah. So, I'm just gonna pull stuff out as I need it now instead of digging through these bags. It's getting, there's a lot of annoying things in bags here. See you, Raymond. Good night. It's early for you. What the heck? Oh, bot. Die, bot. Port. Be gone. Oh. I said bedtime? Oh, bed. Funny joke. Okay, so prepare the bed. So I guess it looks like that. And then I put the heater on. And that. Make sure no air bubbles are trapped in the silicone heater, as this can cause damage and failure. Yes, it can. It's very bad. So the heater goes on the side that doesn't have the countersunk holes. Okay, and while that's that, I'm going to do the thing that some people don't like, but I do it anyways. Scuff it up. I find the, if you scuff it before you apply the adhesive, it sticks better. Am I using nylon spacers? I believe it came, I do have nylon spacers in here. Yeah, I have nylon spacers, so I'm gonna use those. Fix them, dude, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. You didn't ask a question though, or say anything. Makes me sad. Heatsets are weaker than just directly threading into plastic in my experience. What? I have... What? And either you're using the wrong heat sets, because there are different heat sets. There's heat sets designed for injection molding, and there's heat sets designed for heat setting. So either using the wrong heat sets, or the parts are just not being designed correctly to use them. I think for the heat sets we use, I think we spec a 4.7 millimeter hole. But yeah, if the heat sets are like spinning, yeah. Why I thought I instead of Bakelite? Oh, on Voron. It's RatRig time, guys, not Voron time. But it's just, they're easier to get and they work good enough. It has to do with the availability of sourcing and how easy stuff is to get worldwide for a lot of things in Voron. Just what it is. Be careful with the nylon spacers. They are compressed with heat. The only way to get... Okay, I'll use the metal first, and if I have issues, I'll switch to the nylon. It's got a bed probe. I'll just let the probe do all the work anyways for leveling the bed. Yeah, we got to mix it up. Anytime somebody asks a Voron question, I have to take a shot now. Because whenever I'm building a Voron, somebody asks me a RatRig question, I got to take a shot. So we gotta mix it up now. This is the 50th time I've installed a Kinova heat pad. I've become increasingly efficient at it. Actually, this is probably the dozenth time. Dozen? Maybe a dozen? I don't know. I've done enough of these where they're... doing with my eyes closed. Big thing is you don't want air bubbles. If you get air bubbles, what'll happen is that area will overheat and you can burn it. Because it'll basically just be the heater pad heating up and not sinking the heat into the metal. And you're going to have a bad time. So be careful around like these runs. That's why I like using my hands, because you can kind of push it all. And just work from one direction as you peel the sticker away. The beds are pretty thick. I find it's harder to get bubbles under these than the... PI sheets. People like their mesh variance as low as possible. RatOS comes with group tilt. For the longest time, my switch wire here had like a 2mm deviance across it, and I didn't care. Like, whatever. Bed mesh compensate. Go! Turns out I had the wrong size spacer for half of it, that's why. So now it's like 0.25 mil or something like that. It's a lot less now. Okay, so actually I'm not gonna wipe that marker off. Okay. So normally, what I would do is I would prep this beforehand. And I would leave this on, put a bunch of weight on it, and let it sit like overnight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue, but after the stream's done, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to run RTV gasket RTV gasket sealant, this stuff, around the outside. Also, I want to make sure it clears everything too. And that way, it's like a double layer protection, right? So I have a video on my channel on how you use this stuff, but basically, the adhesive should be fine. The heater on this one is 2 years old, and it's just the adhesive, and it's still there. So the adhesive alone should be enough, but people like to double it up and high temperature gasket sealant, run it around the outside layer or edge, and just kind of smear it on, and it's like a double layer protection. Does this have a thermal fuse? It does not. Or does it? No, it doesn't. It might have a built-in thermal fuse. I think it has a built-in thermal fuse, because there's a, yeah, that would be the thermal fuse there, I bet. So, and it's 24 volts, so you technically don't need to ground it. Eva 3D 25, thank you, appreciate it. Going to bed, thanks everyone. Polish currency. I think it's $6.31 Canadian. There we go. Or American. I don't know what it converts it to. But appreciate it. Cheers. Happy birthday. It does have a built-in fuse. Okay, so we got a built-in fuse. So we're good there. And it's, again, 24 volts. You don't need to ground it. Really, I only ever ground mains beds. So what I'm going to do is, after stream, I'm going to pull it off and do what I normally do with beds. Ooh, I've got all this other stuff. Okay, what is it? Spacer, stainless steel, washer, simple, nylon, washer, simple, M6, micro precision shim. Okay, so let's see. What am I working with here? Stainless steel spacer. Okay, so it's one of these and then one washer on top, it looks like. Yeah, one washer on top. 1, 2, 3. I'm guessing the shims are to try and fix it if it's all funky. I believe Kinovo uses Beta 3950s for their thermistor, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and then M430 countersunk. Okay. M430 countersunk screws. M430. There we go. Jason, LTO Motors. Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy building Neuro 3D. Cheers, Jason. You have like phone alerts whenever I go live. You don't miss a stream. Okay. Now, also technically, well, yeah, I guess you have to put this on. So I'm gonna have to cut these out after I put this magnet on. It's gonna be annoying. I'll do that all later. Oop. Don't lose those little washers. There we go. The Revo, check the spec sheet. Most manufacturers have spec sheets. Always go off of what the manufacturer says for specs. Never trust some random guy on the internet. Like, it's safe to assume I might be right, but I might be wrong. So go off what the manufacturer says for a spec sheet. For especially things like thermistors and heaters. Okay? But yes, I believe the Revo is a 104 GT of some sort. Did the wires come out the front or the back? The wires come out the front or the back of this bed? They come out the back, I'm betting? Oh, no, they come out the front. Come out the front. Which I guess they have to if you built it right. Okay. Go. Birdie McBurt, $4. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, there's where these 3 M4s come in handy. The Revo is at 104 NT. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, always go off what manufacturer says. Like, if you're buying any product worth its salt, like they're gonna have a spec sheet, they're gonna have a data sheet, they're gonna have. Go off that, not what some random YouTuber says. Insert one M340, pass through the bed, washer into the plate, M4 nylon washer, and M4 locking. Okay, so I need those nylon washers again, which are in the box. Nope, not these ones. There we go, these ones. I missed a super chat. Did I? Oh, Thomas, sorry. €10. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good night, Nero. Have a nice rest of the weekend. I will. Adoration of the EVA. Great job with the HE platform and happy birthday. Cheers. Okay, so now washers. So now I gotta. Okay, so now I gotta put a washer on this and a nut and tighten it. How come, I think I still got some guys from the RatRig team in chat, or some RatRig people. How come you guys didn't tap the bed carriage? Like just tap the bed carriage M4 instead of having to use nuts. Ryan, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Never sent money on for a stream. Did it work? It did. Thank you, appreciate it. Alright, so now I need to. Do I have a little wrench that'll fit these? Nope, that's too big. That would have been nice. Seeing if I got a little wrench that fits these. I don't think so. This one? No. I have like no wrenches. I need to buy like a toolbox for this one. Like a proper actual toolbox. Maybe this one. Ah, there we go. That'll work. I missed a question. I hate when YouTube defaults to live chat or top chat, because it makes it so I can't see a bunch of people's comments. I always forget to adjust it. There we go. Okay, so I'll get them all on first, and then I'll tighten them up. Have I thought about annex? Nope. Oh, this one's gonna be fun to tighten because it's. Oh man, I'm gonna have to find a socket because it's. So. Then I got to get the socket around that, which I don't have a socket. I got a wrench, so I got to. Can I get in there with a wrench? Kinda. So I don't break the part doing this. Okay, that's good enough for now. Go. Okay. So we got the nylon washer, we've got that in. It's all in before you will fully tighten it in the next step. Okay. Prepare the print surface. The print surface comes in 2 pieces, a 180 magnetic sheet with self-adhesive backing, powder coated PI. Once the magnetic sheet is installed, the M430 screws for this reason it's recommended to cut 3 holes into the magnetic bed prior to installation. A printable template to assist. Well, I don't have a template. So, we're gonna do this part off stream. So I'm just gonna. Hey, what's over there? Ah, it's on. It's on. That's on. LDO Motors, $9.99. Cheers, appreciate it. So I have videos on my channel putting on PI sheets and magnets. So if you got questions, if you want to see me do it, there it is. Click here to download it. Okay, alternating the magnet sheet can be set aside until the V-Minion is sent. This allows the mesh to be verified prior to covering the M3 force. Okay. Repeat until all 3 are tight. So I'm not going to go full bore on this because I'm going to be taking this flex plate. I'm going to take the bed off. I'm going to be taking the bed off. So because I'm paranoid about heaters, especially ones flapping around like this, I'm going to put some weight on it, let it cure overnight, RTV gasket sealant, and then I'll reinstall it properly. I'll put holes in this and I'll do the whole shebang. Picture in picture. I wasn't going to worry about the joke that much. But we're good there. So I can take the little nuts out. So what do we got for stop? So I'm going to have to... Perfect. So for those that don't know, okay, I got positive stops on both sides. That's good. When it comes to this build, I'm going sensorless homing for X and Y on this. So we're going to be rocking sensorless homing on this. So prepare Y and stop. Yeah, we ain't doing that because I'm going sensorless. For those that don't know, we are playing around with electronics. We're using a Raspberry Pi Zero W2 and we're using an SKR Pico and also a compact power supply. So I'm going to try and simplify the electronics as much as possible. So there's as few wires on this thing and we're going to slap everything on the printer. I'm not going to have a separate electronics box. So I got to do a little bit of CAD work to figure out mounting that and whatnot, which that will be, we'll see. We'll start scuffing stuff out at the end of the stream maybe. But that's why I didn't work on this yesterday, because I wouldn't be able to get that done for tonight's stream. So we're doing sensorless for X and Y. Can I make a poll to see how many guys interested in RatRig green frame for their V-Minion? Yeah, I'll make a poll, but the answer is going to be yes. LDO Motors green frame. RatRig. Or RatRig. There you go. I'm going to let you know the answer is going to be yes. The W, yeah, W means Wi-Fi, for those that don't know. Weekend Warrior, good night. Okay, so install the wire guide. I didn't print this part because reasons that I'll get to later. It'll be part of the box, you'll see. So I guess that's it for the bed assembly. X-axis, sweet. So on to the X-axis. I did do a pull. It's a pull at the top. So let's do the X-axis now. Yay! So we're gonna need some stuff now. So we're gonna need this plate. Should stream the CAD as well. I might. The problem with that is I suck at CAD. I am not the greatest at CAD. So it's gonna be kind of a. Hopefully this works. It'll be very blocky. I'm not the CAD guy on the Boron team. Put it that way. So we've got our extrusion, our V-Minion plate, 2 M3 Nylock locking hex nuts. I'm just gonna start grabbing stuff from stock instead of digging through all these bags. Okay, so how many? 2? Okay, 2 M5 Nylocks found. Green frame would be too much. Honestly, I think so. Black on green looks good. I was gonna do green, but I didn't. I ended up going with yellow because you guys wanted yellow. Because Minion, hahaha. 3 2020 square T-nuts, M5. Three 2020 T-nuts, M5. Okay. So 3 of those. Okay. 2 2020 drop-in T-nuts, M5. Ricardo, appreciate it. I do have like most of the Boron team on like speed dial to annoy. John Clark 100, appreciate it, man. Happy B-Day, but yourself something sexy. It's on my birthday. My birthday's next month. It was Eva 3D's birthday. But appreciate it. Okay, so we got that. 4 M38s. Because there's always M38s. We have the same birthday, Raymond? Early gift. It's early, that way I could buy my gift early, right? 5 M510s. 4, 5. I will say the screws they use are like nice screws. Like these, the screws look like legit good screws, not like China screws. Y end cap. Y end cap. Which I'm assuming is this piece. I think. Okay. Discovered it last year. Oh, okay. That works. So V-Minion plate. So let's put all this over here. So put the V-Minion plate on with M38s. I could do that. Is it square? No, it's not square. It is not. So even something from AliExpress might arrive in time. That is true. Maybe I'll finally use that to hit up somebody on Fiverr for some actual art that I've got a few ideas for art that I want to put on like t-shirts and whatnot. Because people have been asking for merch. Which I guess because I'm a YouTuber now I have to actually have merch. But I feel bad that like my current merch store is literally just my logo on a t-shirt, which is, you know, generic and boring. So I want to actually get proper merch set up, which I think Stream Elements has a good store that people use, if I'm not mistaken. Oops, somebody's leaving. Michael, take care. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, so put that on. Boom. And then M510s with the square T-nut. unfortunately, the not getting the greatest angle on these. So I do actually have like YouTube, when you hit like 10,000 subs on YouTube, they're like, hey, we have a store. And I have it set up. If you go to my page, my like channel page, you can select store in the heading of like, you know, playlists, videos, and one of them store. So there is merch, but it's I don't like it. Slide the extrusion on. Slide the extrusion onto the as shown. Make sure the extrusion ends flush with the side of the V-Minion X plate. Fasten the screws. Okay. So. KF20 t-shirt fund. Appreciate it. But you don't need to do that. Save the money for buying the t-shirt. Okay, so I'm putting these on loose, like finger tight, so that I still can move it, but it holds its position. And then they want it flush with the end. Okay, I put them on a little too tight. Want it perfectly flush. I want to maximize my travel. Okay, and then I'm pushing, I guess I'll push down in the middle so that it's hopefully level. Don't do sheet shirts. How about Nero PI sheets? I have, Fabrico made me up a whole bunch of stuff, but that's through his store, so I'd have to get permission and whatnot. Buy pre-cleaned and lubed rails. Use two same-size cans. I don't have any 1, 2, 3 blocks, but for eyeballing it, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We're out about 5, 6, 7, half a mil, maybe half a millimeter. Shop aprons. That would be cool, but I think they're too expensive. I know. I feel like Adam Savage has shop aprons. But I wouldn't want to go like heavy duty. I would want a more indoor, like a not a workshop shop apron. A more keep my stuff clean shop apron. Okay, so we got that on. Assemble the end caps. Okay, so those get M3 nuts. So let me drill these out quickly. Use the screw to pull these through. I've got so much random stuff everywhere with this build. Okay. Problem is, I don't actually have a shop, so if somebody wanted to, like, if like a vendor wanted to make something to sell, he would have to sell it on his store. Like, it wouldn't be my store. Like, I don't have a shop. Nero STL bubble. Speaking of like a Nero STL, something is in the works for that. Something is in the works for that. There we go. Just pulling these hex nuts through. Saw the cube on things. That isn't what I was referencing. Some good French-Canadian aprons. Not Wexter. I actually contacted him. He said he was busy. But that was when I was like a sub 10K Andy on YouTube. And I'm sure he gets asked a lot. Dime bag for dog fur. No, if you want to buy dog fur from 3D printer people, you gotta go through DFH. Brett, thank you for becoming a member. Leroy, good night. The x-axis relies on the T-plate plus slide-in nuts to make a square. Yep. Once you have it tight, it shouldn't move. Like, if you're tightening everything properly, stuff shouldn't move. And we got the M5s go in. Then, like, a lot of people seem to forget, these are 3D printers. There's really no force acting on them other than the machine itself moving. There's no cutting forces involved. The only weight the machine has to deal with is the weight of itself. So you can get away with a lot of stuff on 3D printers that you can't really get away with on like a CNC machine. Because again, there's no cutting force. It's just the tool head moving. Eugene, 5 Canadian. Thank you. Appreciate it. Keep going, man. Awesome content. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Okay, so we got that. I got that. Got that. Got that. Got that. That goes there. That slides on the end. Towards the back. Okay. Oh wait, is this the wrong piece? Oh, I'm putting it on the wrong way. I'm putting it on the wrong way. I'm putting it on the wrong way. It was like that. Yeah. Oh, DFH is here. Good morning. Hopefully you've got some sleep in you. There we go. Okay. Okay, don't over tighten or you'll crack them. Go. I don't like this stupid little plug holding it in. I am really paranoid of this flying off the end. I really wish for a block there to keep that carriage from flying off. Okay, prepare the Z-axis. Okay, so I need the anti-backlash nut, which is this big chonky boy. The low profile. So we got the anti-backlash nut. M515 low profile, which were the ones that I had wrong before. But now I need to find them again. Put magnets. I got magnets on it. I just don't like the fact that I have to rely on magnets. I like my solid stops. Okay, so that 220 drop-in T-nuts M5. Okay. two M312s. Tariff stuff. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. And a lead screw. Okay. So assemble the anti-backlash nut. I've never actually used this style of anti-backlash nut. So follow provided. So an M4 grub screw and an M4 nut. Okay, 1 second here. I don't know if these are supposed to be in there. M4 nut. Okay, so put that grub screw in and put the nut on top, I guess. Okay. Okay. Install the M4 grub screw into the anti-backlash nut as shown. Stop turning the grub screw when it touches the bottom of the nut block. Nut. Okay. Secure the grub screw by installing the M4 nut as shown. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, remind me at the end of stream if you want to see any of the new Sparta 3D colors. Okay. Then install with the low profile M5s. Okay, so put that in and then do not tighten fully. Okay, so it's got to float. Thread the lead screw into the, do not fasten the M5 15 screws or the M3 screws into the spider coupler yet. We'll do that after aligning everything the next step. Okay, so let's go in there. Just kind of let it float for now. And this goes through all this, I guess. Let me loosen the spider coupler up. How are we on centered for this? Pretty centered. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, bot, be gone, bot. Report. Spam. Goodbye. Okay, so then next, begin by loosening the 4 M3 18 screws on the Z-axis motor. Okay. Loosen the M3 screws. Loosening the screws is so much fun. It's like, I just tightened you. So we can move that. Okay. So loosen the screws. To align the lead screw, look at the V-Minion from above as pictured. Adjust the position of the anti-backlash nut left, right, or to the lead screws in line with the Z axis motor. Secure the two M515s when this is achieved. Position the lead screw motor towards back until they parallel with the frame. Secure with that. Do not overturn the M318. Okay, so we're basically looking down at it from the top, which I'm not going to go to overhead because you guys don't need to see how bald I'm getting. So I guess this view will do. So let me bring this up a bit. I guess that looks centered. Well, what you can do is measure the space at the top here. These always are fun. The overhead would be ball. Yeah, but the problem. There you go. I can line it right up with the overhead camera. So there you go. Does that look good? But it's on an angle. I don't know where the overhead camera is straight up or straight down, right? So I kind of goofed today. I got a package in the mail, and unfortunately, it was a very nice package. Okay, it was a very nice package. So I brought it in, I put it on my desk here, and I took what was in the package out of the package. But in doing so, what happened was the package was on my front step, and my front step is filled with ice and snow. So all the snow and ice was on the bottom. I didn't realize happened to melt and cover my whole workbench here with salty water. So that wasn't a particularly fun thing to come down to just before stream. There we go. Okay. That is 31 millimeters. That is just over, so too much. Actually, 31.5 millimeters. 31.5 millimeters. 31.5. There we go. That works. Salty water is not the best for 3D printers. No, luckily I didn't have anything on the desk like that I'd be worried about, but I had like some tools got wet, my vernier got wet, and now it's apparently closed. It's measuring 780 millimeters. So yeah, I need to get a new vernier. So that vernier is dead. Yeah, I got rust on the back of it. Oh well, that's what happens when you buy a cheap one. Just grab a new one. I got one in my toolbox at work that I'm going to bring home soon anyways. Okay, so take those back up. That seems good there. Okay, so tighten all that up. And then, do we tighten the, yeah, we tighten that grub screw. Okay. So now, I should be able to move this all the way up and all the way down, and I shouldn't see any binding. Which means I can get rid of these magnets. Stick it in a bag of rice. I've got a Minotaur. I've got an 8-inch Minotaur, but it's in my toolbox at work. There we go. See, I don't like the fact, like this is just a pet peeve, that you can run the carriage off the rail. Like, yes, you're gonna have a tool head on it at some point, so you won't be able to do that. But I like my stops. I like my rigid stops for rails. I don't like the chance that if I'm doing maintenance on this and I'm not paying attention in the future, my carriage can go flying off the end. But that's just a pet peeve. To machinist, I'm not a machinist, I'm a mold maker by trade, but yes, I own my own tools. Okay. So now we're putting on the wire thing. So I've got a whole toolbox that I gotta figure out how to get home and I'll focus. Print some stops. I could print some stops, but I'm building it spec. Well, I'm building the mechanical spec. As I said, the electronics are going to be some of my own stuff because we're having some fun there. It's a skilled trade. It's like somebody who works in a garage. You buy your own tools. That's how it works. It's a skilled trade. Prepare the motor. So on the bright side, I've got several $1,000s in measuring tools and whatnot that are mine. Okay, I need a motor. So I need a 40mm motor, I'm assuming. No. That's 0.9, 0.9. Do I want to use a Creality motor? No. We'll go with another Stepper Online motor. We've got a bunch of them. 0.9. Trying to find one that still has stuff. Why do I got so many 0.9 LDO motors? Like, don't get me wrong, I like LDO motors, but why do I have so many of them? Okay, there we go. Is this the same spec and model as all these ones? 2000 S1. Yeah, these are all the same motor. Yeah. So, these are the motors out of my original Voron, by the way. There's your side hustle curated 3D printer tool sets. Candy Friend got 10K. Yeah, see, for me, in mold making, basically you have expensive measuring tools, and then your actual work tools are like cheapy ones. Like, not like cheapy ones, but like Craftsman, Mastercraft, you know, Harbor Freight, sometimes a lot too. Or Princess Auto for the Canadians. But it's because you, like, oh, hey, my 9/16 wrench, I need to take a blowtorch to it so I can bend it to get in somewhere. Because every injection mold is a one-off machine, and designers, especially when your company starts to get cheap and outsource everything, get very good at making dumb designs. So you kind of have to live with it. It sucks. Okay, so, or you just say screw it and get out of the trade. Two, three, and 510s. I'm just grabbing what I need for the next step here. 2, 3. Some M38s. Should sell 10mm sockets. Electric screw is ES126. I have a video on my channel. I probably should have a link to it in the description so I can get that. That's sweet affiliate money, but whatever. Okay. So, looks like the motor goes on that. Oh no, it slides all the way on. That's right. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Okay, so. Okay, so we got the printed part. I put 2 of these in the bottom here. Mold making. Every company's trying to make things as cheap as possible. It's just the way it is right now. So put 2, and then, okay. So I guess we're not putting 1 in the top. Oh, okay, and then I guess there's a separate step to put the top one on. Okay, so put the top one in. Snap-on? I don't know any snap-on tools. It's not worth it for what I was doing. Okay, so we got that. Okay. This and this could have been 1 step, but okay. Assemble from step 12. Okay. So we got that with 20. Position this. Do not fully tighten the grub screws yet, as you will need to be alignment. Okay, that makes sense. That is that. And I guess the belt comes up the top. That goes up the top there. Do not fully tighten the grub screws. Insert the stepper motor into the shown M3/8. Okay. So I'm going to have to drill these out. I'm going to have to drill these out. And I lost an M3/8. Oh no, I've lost an M3/8. The most common screw in 3D printing. Whatever will I do? Start with cheap tools. If a tool breaks, replace it with a better one. Pretty much. Is there a limitation on what can be injection molded, like could foreign parts? You need to design the parts, like, you need to worry about draft angles, release. There's a whole bunch of stuff you need to be aware of when you're designing stuff for injection molding. And pretty much, there's a reason Prusa prints all their stuff. Like, there's a reason, you know, something like this part right here, you could injection mold it, but it would be very complicated for the tool. So you would at least need 4 sidewalls plus yeah, so you would need core, 4 slides. That would be part of the cavity that could come up. Yeah, pins. That could be part of the slide and seal off on that. Those could be sealed off. That would be a nightmare. Those would be really long pins, but you could injection mold that. But the thing is, like, most stuff that people design for 3D printing isn't designed for injection molding. You would have to put draft angles on everything. There's quite a bit. Okay. So that slides on to the end. So assemble that, install the exit into the 2020, push the assembly all the way along for the moment. Do not fasten the screws yet. This will be done later. Okie dokie. Here comes the part where I try to line everything up and fail horribly. one on. There we go. Okay. So all the way on. There you go. You stay there. Prepare the X-axis linear rail. Probably a crap load of M3/8s. M3/8s and 2020 drop-in nuts. Which, there they are. Okay. KB3D, hello. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, plus you have to worry about things like shrinkage. There's a whole bunch of stuff you got to worry about when it comes to designing injection molds. Mold flow, yep. Mold flow, knit lines. There's a lot to it. It's definitely not, you know. But then companies get cheap and they outsource everything and they cut corners and customers want more and more, so there's less budget because you have less money to work with because everyone's getting cheap. It's a vicious cycle. You used to have, you know, 12 weeks to build a tool, and then you, oh, no, we only got 10 weeks to build a tool, and because we outsource everything now, you gotta wait for it to come across the ocean from China, and oh, that boat was delayed, so now you've got 9 weeks to build the tool, and oh, this was screwed up because we outsourced this design and machine cut it wrong. Oh, there, we lost another week. So much fun. Plans to review Voron match height kinematic kit. I'm not even sure what that is. Is it one of the kinematic mounts? Because here's the thing, I'm running stock mounts on all my machines. All my machines, I run stock pretty much. There's a few random little things here and there, tool head boards and whatnot, but like, I'm not using kinematic bed mounts on any of my machines. And I'm not having any issues. So if I get a kit, I'll try it, but I'm not racing out to get one. I'm finally getting a set of backers to try though. I'm getting a set of backers to play around with on the Trident to see how that works. To see if that does anything. But some people swear by them. I don't know. I haven't used them yet and I haven't had issues, so we'll see. Sound like I don't feel like going back there. Honestly, I'm really liking what I'm doing right now. Which I would not be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you guys. So, as long as you guys keep showing up, we'll keep having fun. Please refer to the RatRig linear rail guides for full preparation. We've already done that. Okay, so put the rail on. Okay. Loosely thread onto slot the extruder in the x-axis. Do not fasten any of the M3/8 screws. Okay, so put that on. Okay, I've done that. Prepare the idler. Preparing the idler. Is this the idler? This is the idler. Sparta carries it. Oh, the Mandela bed. Okay, yeah, I've seen the Mandela bed. I know my Trident's just using the regular bed mount. The thing is, you don't, your bed normally doesn't get that twisted out of position. Okay, so let's see. So we got that. 2 more precision spacers, which these are an absolute pain to work with, but they are part of the kit. 2 M525 cap head screw. Steve has a video. Okay, so Steve has a video. Check out Steve Builds. He has a video on it, I guess. What are these for? What are these 90 degrees for? I don't know. Oh, these are for the bracket. M525. Okay, got that. Got that. M510. M510. Empty bag. Goodbye, empty bag. M510s. Where are my 3 M510s? I had a bag with a bunch of M510s, and now I don't know where they went. Oh, there we go. 3 M510s. Okay, goodbye, empty bag. Okay, 4 2020 T-nuts. Okay. 4 of those. Goodbye, empty bag. 2 micro precision thims and the 2 idlers. Okay, so we're good there. So there we go. So X idler with the M525, which let me double check. 525. Okay. So that screws into there, and then we got a shim, the bearing, and a shim. And I'm gonna hate life putting this in. So. Backers, yeah. So what the backers are, they sit on the opposite side of the extrusion as the rail, and because, like, if you look at the data, technically what happens is because your rail is, you know, steel and your extrusion is aluminum, they expand at different rates. Okay, so what can happen is they can bow because your rail will expand. I think it's usually less than the extrusion. So the thinking is, if you put a steel backer on the other side of your aluminum extrusion as your rail, that kind of gets rid of that issue. So how's it trying it? It's going pretty good. I'm having issues with bed adhesion, and by issues I mean it's sticking a little too good. So I swapped it out, the PEI sheet to a Fabrico one, and we're playing again. But all these yellow parts were printed on the Trident. Aha, gotcha. Okay. Solid tooth light. So that goes in. That goes in. That goes there. Put the shim in. Okay. Go all the way through, and then 2 of those guys. Okay. It's like they're sending me the Kirigami bed. I have a Kirigami bed. It's gonna go into a different V0 though. So the one that I got built will just stay as it is, which it's fine. 510. Honestly, like putting some of these together is like operation at times. There we go. Okay. There we go. So that goes in. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Then that slides on the end. Okay, so put the other two. So that slides into there. Get rid of that magnet. Put that there. One on the top, one on the bottom, and then this goes like that. And then here comes the part where I try to get everything to line up. And by trying to line everything up, I mean probably never get it to line up. Okay, come on. You know what? This one doesn't need to be pre-installed. Now I gotta fiddle with one. Get in your hole. And it fell off. Okay. Try this again. Don't you want to go in? There we go. Okay, that sucked. Okay, now I can't see underneath. There we go. Yay! Okay. So just make sure it's on. The other thing I worry about is they went with V-slot here. I don't know why they went with V-slot, because with V-slot, it's a wider gap that you have plastic going over. So when you look from the top here, your V-slot, the gap is wider that you have plastic bridging over. So when you tighten down your screws, you know, the shorter the gap, the less you have a chance of it bowing. So it's going to be easier to crack these printed parts over V-slot than just regular 2020, which you don't need V-slot here, but I'm assuming that's what they have. That's why they went with V-slot. So. Be gone. Bot. Okay. Hopefully I had it on the right monitor for that, or the right screen for that. Cantilever? No. And here's the thing, even if it droops, it would always be like that. So you would just compensate by having it bent up slightly. Like, the weight is consistent. It always moves the same. And this is actually pretty robust, it seems. Okay, so we have that end piece on. Do not over tighten. Check that the idler moves. Blah, blah. Okay, make sure the rail is centered on the 2020. So where are we aligning this to? I guess it goes against there. But, I'm gonna cheat now. Haha, I can cheat now, I think. Where are you at? Nope. I am cheating. Ha ha ha. 1. Alignment jigs. Okay, now when it comes to rails, you tighten from the middle out. Who keeps saying it's my birthday? Why do people keep saying it's my birthday? Oh, first got here. Somebody say, no, not my birthday. It was Eva 3D's birthday, not mine. There we go. Just nod yes and enjoy the free dessert. There we go. Okay, and it moves. Hey, we've got good movement. Okay, next step. Align the X motor. Okay. So push the X-axis motor as shown. It should be flush with the end. Fasten the M510s. Fasten the 2 M510 sears. Okay, so I guess we're just pushing it in. So push it over till it touches the rail. And then push it in, and then tighten. Don't over tighten, crack the plastic parts. Okay. Prepare the Z-axis cap. So we got an M612. M6. M612, okay. And an M3030 drop-in M6. That goes over top. That. Should that touch, like, this lead screw is like nowhere near in this circle at all. What hotend do I recommend in the 50 range? Was it is the Dragon in the 50 range? I don't know. Personally, I'm really liking Revo. That's just me. Okay. Caps on. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, see, it's in the circle. Mine's not in... Like, mine is not in here. Like, there's quite a bit of a gap there. Like, it doesn't matter, but I don't think it matters because here it shows it's in there. Spool holder assembly. Okay, we're putting the spool holder on, I guess, now. That. Did I print a blue one? I did not. I should have printed a blue one. I got end caps in blue, though. Pretty sure all the units are like that now. Oh, okay. So yeah, I guess it's, they changed it. So gonna need these brackets now. Bunch of countersunk screws right here. I think this is all it right here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the countersunks go in there. It never would. You never want to have, it doesn't stabilize the Z, okay? You, on lead screws, on a Z axis, you do not want the top of the lead screw constrained, okay? What constrains the lead screw is your axis moving, right? The linear rail. So what happens is, if there's a little bit of a wobble, you hope that your mount, in this case, the MGN 15 rail is stiff enough that it doesn't move, okay? But when you constrain a linear rail, or correction, when you constrain your lead screw at the top, you can cause binding because it's no longer free to move if it's out of, you know, whack. So. BMO with CHD or Dragon. If it's one or the other, I would go with a BMO with CHD. There's no performance difference between what is it, a BMO, which is like the Dragonfly. So there's no performance difference between a Dragonfly and a Dragon. They're the same thing. It's just the Dragonfly is we're dancing around the patent. So okay, so that goes in there. And then that just goes on. I think it just sits at the bottom there, I guess. Yeah, I guess it just kind of... No, we're going to have it right about there. Why is there so much play in these? Oh well. It is what it is. Okay, there. It's a spool holder. It ain't going anywhere. What are your thoughts on decoupling the Z nut ball bearing part so it only moves up and down, but XY movement is not transferred? What do you mean the Z ball bearing part? Like this coupler right here is supposed to allow any XY movement that's not supposed to be there, if I'm not mistaken. Screw bottom. No, it's not bottoming out. Okay, put a cap on the end, which I think I got a blue one. Jordan Funk, $4.99. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so put that on there. I got a little cap here that goes on. Just kind of sits in there. Oh, got a cap on the other side too. Did I print two? I did print two. Oh, I gotta move the carriage out of the way. Okay, hopefully that cap never falls out, because if that cap falls out, it's going to bind up the Z. Oh, I seen those like, I seen somebody did that with the cheap ball screws. I guess you could, but the thing is, this coupler is supposed to do the exact same thing. It's just down at the bottom. So if you were to have this coupler up here, use good quality stuff that hopefully doesn't have that issue. Okay, so we have that. EVA assembly. Yay, we're on to the EVA. EVA! So assemble the front half. So for the EVA here, we're going to be using a mod of the EVA because it uses heat sets. I like heat sets. So basically anywhere where there's supposed to be a screw, like let's see here, anywhere where there's supposed to be one of these M3 hexes, you put a heat set, I believe. They did print out one of these, like a legit one. Yeah. Yeah. So So this is the modded one, and this is the default one. So I'm going to be putting a bunch of heat sets in here now, because, yeah. Let me get my iron out. And then, can I use, there's two fan shrouds here. There's one that has the fan coming out the back, and then there's one that has the fan on a 90, like one's the Core XY one. I want to use the Core XY one because I like the look of that one more. But actually, I don't think I can. No, I can't use the Core XY one. Dang it. I gotta use the fan sticking out the back one because they're designed differently. Shoot. Poop. Is what it is. Where are we at anyways, time-wise? 10:20 already, jeez. Well, while we're waiting on the iron to heat up, the bubbly beverage for tonight is whiskey. Because why not? Belt path, yeah. So for those that are still here, what are we at right now? 357. For all 357 of you, cheers. There's a mod for it. Cool, send it to me. I just don't like the fan kicking out the back there. I like the compact look of the because there's the fan like this, which looks all nice and super compact and whatnot, but this one just kind of has it all going big chungus out the back like that. So for reference, let me make sure I put all these heat sets in the right spot. I don't know which way the screws come from. Oh well. These are really thin parts, that's the only problem here. No, I'm just trying this mod out because I prefer heat sets to countersunk. Just making sure I... Also one there, one there, one there. All of them? Two, yeah. I think we're good there. Okay. Now I'm going to have to run a screw through these to clean them up because they're so thin. I had some ooze over the other side. Shakespeare and Klingon. What's going on you? It's over-engineered heat set rig. You know what? When I first started doing heat sets, that probably would have came in handy, but I've done so many heat sets over the years that it's just kind of like, you know how some people need a jig to do things and other people are just like, I've done it a million times, I know what I'm doing. Execute order 66. Everyone playing around with their trying to set everyone else's home automation systems off now again. Well, we did that on stream the other day. We've already done that. No framing. I know I got the tiny head mode. This is, I want you guys to see my face so you can see me talking if I need to point anything out, but zoomed in on the workspace. I don't even think I needed to put these heat sets in because they're not used by this one, but whatever. Okay, so EVA back is this one. So you put 3 heat sets in here. Plug the iron back in. I don't like leaving the iron plugged in. I'm just paranoid. The problem is these parts are very thin for heat sets, so you still get a lot of mush. Trick is not to overcook the plastic. But I don't know if I'm using the exact heat sets that this mod calls for. But it's working. What iron are you using? It's honestly I have a TS100 that I use for soldering, but for heat sets I use the whatever the cheapest iron I could get off Amazon like 4 years ago. You don't need anything fancy for heat set. Hot. It's just a heat set. It looks so like a Mini. A Mini what? A Prusa Mini? Well, this is completely DIY. Uses an open source frame, so it's like aluminum extrusions. No, well, Prusa Mini uses a lot of aluminum. So you got linear rails. That's the big thing versus rods. It's an open. Well, I don't know if is it open source. Is RatRig considered fully open source? Beefier bed, more, more open to modding. Different tool head, direct feed versus Bowden. Okay. Oh, more heat sets. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All the heat sets. Get a pine sol. I don't like using those style of soldering irons for heat sets. Like this cheapy one that I'm using here, I like because you can actually swap out the tip, and I'm using an actual like brass insert tip, like a tip designed for brass inserts with it. Never, if you ever have like you're doing this, and you have like a heat set go flying after you've already touched it with the iron, don't go and grab it with your hand. You'll just burn yourself. I've done it. It sucks. Use another one, put that one in, then go back and grab it. They're pretty small, so they heat up pretty quick, but they also lose their heat pretty quick. Don't need any of you burning your fingies. How am I popping them on the tip? They just, I don't know, they just kind of sit there. I need to mount a RatRig V-Cast IDEX. I don't even know what that is. That's their big IDEX one, right? Yeah, so when you're doing heat set inserts, you basically just want them, it just needs to be warm enough, just warm enough to melt the heat set into the plastic. You don't want it melting, like, you don't want it burning the plastic. So yeah, you're gonna melt the plastic. What do you mean? Oh, I've been using the wrong part. Oh, I'm using the course. Ah, shoot. Dang it. That's the Core XY one. Back to using the fucking iron. It's just one of those days. Fun times. So at least we don't having technical issues tonight. We're having me spending 5 minutes putting heat sets in the wrong part type night. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not in a rush. Are you guys in a rush? I'm not in a rush. This is what happens when you print a whole bunch of parts because you're not sure what you're using. Like at first I actually went through and I printed all the regular parts for like hexes. And then somebody's like, I seen somebody posted a mod that uses heat sets. And I'm like, I like heat sets. I want to try that mod out. See, that's the thing though, it's creating, yeah, as, what is it? Stranger's saying there, it's all engagement. It's all engagement, guys. It's all about pumping those numbers, working the metrics. It's funny, I go back and look at the metrics for a stream and it's like, it gives you a chart of how and when people are interacting. And you can see the spikes whenever I accidentally mute the mic. And then I do like the ones when I do draws, when I ask people for numbers. That creates massive engagement. And it's fun. Gotta get that interaction. Detliv did the mod? Okay. I hate Facebook, but I guess the only, like, the official RatRig, like, community is on Facebook. So I joined it, and I seen somebody posted a link to this mod. And now people are spamming numbers in chat. Don't need, not today. We're not doing that today. The Discord is active. Okay. Well, if somebody wants to send me a link to the Discord, I'll join it. Okay, there we go. Bot. What do these bots even mean? Vom.red. What is that? Oh, why'd I pin it? No, don't pin the bot. Remove. Oh wait, this is stupid. If you delete a message. Oh, whatever. Okay, well I guess it's pinned. I hate how I gotta go. It's easier to pin it than it is to ban it. Where did I put my drink? Oh. Yeah, but who actually, like, that's some random thing. I'm just gonna go to it. Okay, so, Eva. So we've put the front together, I guess. Put the in there. Okay, we put our belt in. That is there, teeth down. There we go. Okay, I got the belt in. Bada bing, bada boom, built in. Put those in the back. We're good there. Justified just became a member, or is it being a bot? Or is it being screwy again? Oh, no, Justified just became a member. Thank you for becoming a member, Justified. Okay, so now we put the, that piece on the back. Oh, we're gonna go with yellow, because I got blue here. So we're gonna go with that. Goes like that. And what do we got? We got M330s. Yeah, I pinned the bot, but then Raymond banned the bot, and I can't unpin it. It's... He's dumb. But I think I can pin something else to replace it. So, yeah, pin bot. So I think if I pin something else, though, it replaces it. There we go. I think that fixed it. There we go. Okay. There we go. So we got an M312. Purple monkey dishwasher. Go. Colors are looking very minion-y. Liking it. I'm liking it. Then we put our fan in, I guess. We're gonna go with the this one, I think. This one. Yeah, we're gonna go with the GD Stein. We're not gonna put the. We're gonna save the deltas for something else. We'll go with the GD Stein. Okay. So that, and then an M325, and a hex nut. Am I running low on M3 nuts? I am. Ooh. No biggie. Okay, M3 nut. Oh, I got a whole bunch from here. Duff regulates doggo treats and bots, I guess. Okay. So that is that. So we put that on. Do not over tighten, blah, blah, blah. Put aside. Okie dokie. I can put that aside. Put that aside. Put that aside. You go over there. Okay, so now we need the hot end stuff. So that. And the probe holder. There, okay. So that one has heat sets at the side I gotta put in. I keep unplugging it because I just don't want to accidentally burn it out, essentially. So this one, the heat sets are still there on 2 of the spots. If you want to stock back up on small parts like that, the M3 nuts, what is the best cheap way to do it? It depends on where you live in the world and what you have access to. I used to have a Fastenal rep who would come into my shop and he would just hook me up. I'd be like, yo, dude, I need some stuff. And he'd be like, yo, here's some stuff. Which one of these do I want to use? Because I got 2 of these. We'll go with this one. I don't think it matters. But yeah, so I got a whole bunch of stuff. But what I did lately was I literally just bought an entire V2.4 set of screws. Cause I built a lot of Vorons off AliExpress, like whatever the cheapo. So they're like the cheapo AliExpress China screws. They're not the greatest screws in the world, but it was relatively cheap to get all the screws, and then I just added them to my stock. So those are the screws I use the most, and now I have a whole set of them just chilling for when I need them. Oh, this is why you have a backup part. Little too much force with that heat set there. These are very fragile, I will say. You have no idea how many times I had to print these parts to get successful ones. They are very spindly. There we go. I need some more of those. Unplug the iron. Yeah, or bulk fasteners from Bolt Depot. Like, it depends on where you live in the world and what you have access to, right? I think this one I actually printed face down. Yeah, this one I printed face down. That's why it's a little bit stronger in that orientation, I think. Because you're supposed to print this like vertically, and I just found it got very weak. So I threw on supports and I printed this one face down. So now I actually have layer lines going across it instead of it being, you know, layer lines going this way. So I did that because it didn't seem too strong. That was the one that broke. But let's be honest, you're using these screws for a 3D printer, you don't need crazy strong stuff. Okay, so, Voron edition. Oh. Hi, I'm late. Hi, late. I'm Taylor. Okay, so that goes. Put the shock back on. So yes, we are using the fancy Voron Edition Dragon High Flow because I have it. Why not? So put those on. M2.58s. Oh yeah, these use M2.5s. I forgot about that. Do I have M2.5s in the kit? Where are my M2.5s? I don't think I have them because that isn't the default hot end that comes with this kit. Yeah, here's my M2.5s. Oh, I gotta drill these out too. What is the nominal imperial size for M2.5? Okay, we're gonna go with that. This part is designed to be printed face up, so it's got sacrificial layers, which aren't sacrificial when you print them horizontally, but you still got to drill them out. Actually, swap back. Not going to be using these M2.5s again. So I just spent $100 on titanium bolts. You crazy, man. You don't need titanium, it's a 3D printer. So is it supposed to go, I guess it's supposed to go like that. Yeah, it goes frontward, okay. Double checking. Don't you like to stream work sitting in some sort of chair? I couldn't do this sitting. What I'm doing right now, I could not do this sitting. Like, even when I did the 10-hour stream where we built that whole V0 in one go, 10-hour stream, go. I don't think I sat down until it was printing. Away. Okay, so we put that in, bum bum bum. Take care not to over tighten the screws. Assemble from step 9. M3/8, which I got a million of. If I can find a bag for them. Where did I put M3/8? Running low on M3/8s here. Wonder how much weight you could save. Straight off the bat, I am not a gram chaser. I do not chase weight on my tool heads for 3D printers. For the speeds and feeds I print normally, it is not something I bother with. I know there are that do. There are those that do, and I have nothing against them, but it's just not something I bother with. Okay, so we got that right there. Look at the red. Okay. Loosely tighten, yeah, because you're gonna have to put it later. So limit switch, we're not dealing with no limit switch. But we do need our plate. Which is yellow. And we are using an orbiter. Using a orbiter 2. Not an LGX like in this shows in the manual here. So we can skip that end stop. I think we can skip all that. All that. So how does the orbiter attach to this? I think I just put 2 screws in there, and that just kind of attaches, and that's it. I think it just bolts on like that, and we call it a day. Yeah, I think that's how the orbiter works. It just screws on, and that's it. Okay, that's a little bit easier. So we put this on with some... What did I knock over? Stuff. You ever thought about trying to do speed benching as a learning exercise? Oh, I've done. I spent a whole stream doing. Back when speed benchies like first started, I did a stream on speed benchies, and we just kind of dicked around and did speed benchies for a stream, and it was, you know, it was fun. But oh, so the end stop goes in there, but we're not using the end stop, so okay. So M3 tens. Yeah, I've done speed benchies. I have a whole stream where we played around with them. It's just not something I do normally. Like I got everything set up for the speeds and feeds I run. And dappy dap. M310s, 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 M310s. Back when they were cool. Yeah, who was it? Somebody like did one, and then I did one, and then they went and made it an actual thing, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'm out. I just did it because it was like, yeah, why not? Let's try and do a speed. I think the fastest, I was proud to get under 10 minutes, and that was on just a fully stock V2, just kind of like, hey, let's just keep bumping speeds and feeds up, see where we get. Okay, so, yeah, I guess, let's see here. So put the top part on. Okay, so I don't gotta worry about that. Fasten all 4 screws to secure. Slide the X-axis to the left and make sure it moves smoothly. Okay, so we're just screwed together. So again, I'm not putting an end stop in here, because we're going sensorless for our end stops. I think we're good there. There. Stall guard? Yeah, sensorless homing for XY. Okay, so now this just kind of sits there. And don't know what size screws I use. Oh wait, I gotta put heat sets in here. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I gotta put some heat sets because we're doing heat sets and I love heat sets. Let me take this out. Is Prusa reducing their exposure? No, I don't think they are. Okay, so tinfoil hat on. If you look at Prusa's sales, okay, over the last year, because they put out how many printers they put out. Compare that to the year before, it went up, but I think they're starting to plateau in their market. I think Prusa has realized they've gone about as far as they can in their market, and the China printers are starting to get they're getting both cheaper and better. Okay, and a lot of people are really into hobbyist 3D printing, are building their own printers now because there's a lot of good DIY options. So I think Prusa is realizing they need to diversify what they're offering, and part of that is stuff like the XL, which I guarantee you they're going to try pushing that XL to encroach on like Ultimaker's territory and MakerBot and try and get like government contracts and school contracts and whatnot. So I guarantee you they're doing that with the XL. And also with like, you know, what they're doing with Printed Solid with their education and school sales through them. It's just it's a market they can get into that, you know, China printers with their lacking certifications and other printers with their cost, because, you know, Ultimakers and MakerBots are not cheap. They can get into there and capitalize on that market. So that's my thinking of why they're doing it. It makes sense. They purchased TriLab to enter business here. Yeah, like it makes perfect sense what they're doing. Still going? Yeah. Why wouldn't I still be going? There's a lot of little things to this. We're on to the EVA now, and we're not building a stock EVA. We're building it a little bit different with some mods. So. What driver? ES126. Ender 2 Pro is 160 and prints fine. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you want to get into 3D printing, you can get into it dirt cheap. And if you want to get into good 3D printing, the cost is coming down. So, Prusas are still selling, but they're getting harder and harder to justify. Because those that want a cheap printer, you can get good cheap printers now. And those that are like really hobbyists are moving more towards DIY. Look at the explosion in, you know, RatRig, Voron, etc. So I think they're just realizing they're going to get, you know, you don't want to be stuck in a market where everyone who's going to buy your thing has already bought your thing. Because the new people are buying other things. You don't want to get stuck there. So you always want to be capitalizing on where you can expand to. You stagnate, you die, especially in business. Yeah, educational sales. That's the thing. You need certification. There's a lot of reasons why, you know, and if you can get into education, there's, you know, easy money there. What's that screw for? Okay, so now we got to prepare the EVA for assembly. So I'm going to need another piece here. So I need this little hook here. I need this piece here. Okay, let me put a heat set in that. Yeah. And do that so. Okay, so time for some heat sets. More heat sets. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. I'm gonna have to get rid of that bulge. Ooh, you know it's toasty when you can feel the heat through the plastic. Isn't it? Aren't they late? No, they're not late. There's always going to be a market. And the market's expanding. If you could sell to somebody that you weren't able to sell to before, that's a new sale. Right? You never want to be stuck where you can't sell stuff anymore. Is this my first RatRig? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's get started. Ooh, what's that? A PTFE tube. Ooh, PTFE. Okay, so insert the EVA face into the top mission. Okay, let me move this up as much as I can. Okay, so that goes in like so. That's a little tight. Why are you tight? Oh, that's why. Forgot there's some heat sets that we put in there. There we go. Okay. Okay, I guess that's that. Okay. Do you use your Ender 3? Not really. Okay, M335s go all the way through. And then, yeah. M335s go through. Should I drill them? Should have drilled those out. Oh well, too late. Too late. I have to live vicariously through you as I'm not able to relocate. Both my printers are down. I have no space for rebuilding. Keep up the fantastic content. Cheers, Sean. There we go. Yeah, I should have drilled those out, but whatever. Drill them out with the screws. KB3D, $25. Thank you, appreciate it. There we go. So we've got both those in. Up in. And the back goes on and leave a back from step. And then tighten. Okay. Don't over tighten. So let me just file these flat. Try not to pinch the wires. There we go. Okay, so we got that. What's my thoughts on the machine? I'm gonna do a full like review when I'm done everything. Okay. So that short duct part comes up. And that screws right through with M335. So let me drill this out first, so I don't run into that issue again that I just had. Love the taste of plastic in the morning. ModBot's here! Hey ModBot. I don't know how long you've been here, I just saw you now. Camera die. What do you mean camera die? Camera die? Camera didn't die. Okay, so it's up, those go through, and that bolts together. Do not over tighten. Okay. Every single step in this build has do not over tighten screws. So I'm guessing a lot of people have broken plastic parts over tightening screws. Audio disappeared. Audio. Oof. There we go. Okay, so that is there. Put that on, okay. And then two M310s through the front. M38s, M38s, M313s. Where's M310s? M310s. He was a bit annoying with the nuts. That's what one of the reasons too I went with the mod with the somebody who on the Voron team who built one of these. That was their main complaint, was the dealing with the nuts. So now we're putting these two guys in. They're like, yeah, they kept falling out. It was annoying, so. Yeah, it is a 3D printer. So now these go in there. That goes there. So M36. Ooh, M36. Everything is fine. Linus G. Sebastian. I watched the what's their series called? The Intel Extreme blah 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 blah, where they did Dubs or Colin's little home shop there that he has, and I won't lie, I'm somewhat jelly, and by somewhat I mean quite a bit jelly. Okay, Bowden tube. I don't know where the little piece of Bowden tube went. Because this came with a little piece of Bowden tube. And let's be honest, I have no idea where it went. Did it have a piece of Bowden tube? I don't know if it had a piece of Bowden tube. I've got a million pieces of Bowden tube. Let me go find some Bowden tube. Actually, the question is, do I have proper Bowden tube for this? Because I got a lot of stuff that's not the right kind for this, actually. Right here. Oh no, I cleaned that up. Oh shoot. I might have thrown out. I'm calling today? Yeah. Yeah, he's got a pretty ballin' setup. Okay, so where can I steal some Bowden tube from? Where can I steal some Bowden tube? Who's got Bowden tube? Which kit has leftover Bowden tube? Nope. Nope. Bowden tube. I've got a ton of it, but I don't think any of it is 2mm or like the 2mm ID stuff. I've got a bunch of the 1.5 mil ID stuff. Joys of self-sourcing build. Like I could steal it from. Yeah, let's steal it from the LDO kit. Don't tell Jason. Nobody tell Jason. 4x3mm? No. Nobody tell Jason. Actually, this kit might not have it. Stealth burner upgrade kit. Bobbot 49 for the late night drink. Cheers. This is gonna be really bad if I can't find Bowden tube of all things. Jason Leaf, maybe? Motion? Don't tell Jason. But I've got some Bowden tube here from the LDO kit. I'm not asking you to lie. I'm just asking you not to tell him. So it says use 53mm, but obviously I'm gonna have to use a different amount because this kit uses a different amount. So first, let me. There we go. So that goes down to there. It's open like that? I guess it is just open like that. Okay. So. What holds this in place? M325s. Okay, M325s. Can you 2-minute drill bit to bore it out? What? Occupant running his 3D printers and later said his new welder would be his first attempt at it instead of subtractive. That triggered me. Well, to my knowledge, he has the he has the E3D tool changer. So he has the E3D tool changer that LTT bought, because LTT pretty much only used it for the one video, and they have Prusas. LTT has a bunch of Prusas already, so they didn't need to keep the thing, so he bought that, and then I think he has another 3D printer or something. I don't know, but yeah, he's running like instanced installs of whatchamacallit. Oh, I gotta put heat sets in there. Whoops. So he has Octoprint running like on individual, like one machine, a bunch of different instances of Octoprint. Uh, 51 to 53. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install it. Then I'm just going to take the orbiter off because I could just unscrew it and take it off, and then I'll just fit it manually. They had like 40 Prusas. I'm pretty sure I've chatted with them about it. They don't have 40 Prusas anymore. They got rid of a lot of them. Because if you watch, there's another Intel Extreme Home whatever where he talks to one of the guys who ended up like somebody else on the team who has a Prusa, and I guess their little print farm that they had there was doing like was at the point where they got a government like request for like millions of face masks, and at that point they realized, okay, we're done. Yeah, it doesn't make sense with Clipper. With Clipper, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't risk having the running into an issue where it you run into an issue. I wouldn't want to risk that, like, because there's all the latency issues. But if you're just using Octoprint to monitor printers, then yeah, it's a bit different. I'm like, why are these screws not screwing in? Oh wait, I didn't put the heat sets in. There we go. I'm getting hungry again. I gotta stop getting hungry every time I do a stream. There we go. Every time I do a stream lately, I'm getting starving. Like, I get starved, like, by the end. There we go. What temp do I use? It is, I think I use like 260. You just want to use just warm enough to melt it. You don't want to burn the plastic. You just want it warm enough to melt the plastic. Okay, so the M325s are in. And then we put this little duck shroud thingy. Which I've got, like, why did I print 2 ducks? Why did I print 2 shrouds? Whatever. Just in case. Okay. And then the front face. So that goes in there. Oh, I gotta put some heat sets in these. More heat sets. There we go. Somewhere Uber me a snack. Ooh, I can go for a snack. Well, it only assumes Octoprint for like the very first step of the clipper install. After the very first step, it could be whatever. Like, you can use any of the, like the very first step is like, you know, run like 2 commands to install clipper on Octoprint, and then everything after that is the same on any interface, so. Is it safe to restart Moonraker when printing? No. Do not. Moonraker is the API. I don't think it's safe to restart the API layer during a print. I'll just do what I did after stream yesterday, because this is running long. This stream is running long. But we're doing things a little bit different with the EVA here. So this uses M312s. And then it screws in from the back. Hi from Taiwan. Hello from Canada. go. So we have that installed. And then we put the front face on. Which, did I print a front face? I did. Doesn't fit on. How does it not fit on? Okay, this front face that I printed doesn't. Oh, because there's no fan in it. I'm like, why doesn't this work? Oh, wait, there's no fan. For fans, we're going fancy here. I have no idea how long these will last. Or where I put them. Shit, where did I put them? I put them in another drawer. Yeah, I did. There we go. We're going with probably really crappy, but I seen them on Amazon and I couldn't resist. We're going with blue LED fans. So we're going with blue and yellow fans, because why not? Which way is the wire supposed to come? It doesn't show me which way the wire is supposed to come out of this. And these are M325s. Probably to the left, top left. Yeah, probably, I think. Yeah, because there's going to be the probe there, so. Or no, we'll go top. No, top right? No. Yeah, we'll go top right for now. Oop. Okay, take care not to over tighten the screws as you can damage the printed part. Yeah. There we go. Go. So we're there. Oh yeah, we still got to put the bloody belt on. I am hungry now. I am starving right now. Is this the part only goes in here? Yeah. Okay. So Belt goes across there. I really don't like the fact that my idler doesn't spin. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so how are we cutting this? Any chance of a V-core? Probably not. I wanted to build a V-Minion because it's different. I've built enough large Core XYs. Okay, so 8 teeth, so the same as before. Okay. That I wanted to do something different. Go. And then count 8. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then put that. Okay, so I do have a square nut somewhere. I saw it. Where is the square nut? You're garbage. Square nut. I know I have a square nut in a bag somewhere. Square nut. A single square nut. The only square nut in here. Oh yeah, 2.4 R2 manual is awesome. Hopefully this week, I believe, is the current. Draw this out. Oh, headphones are dying. Gotta end this soon. We're gonna get the belt on, and then I'm calling it. Get this piece on. Dang it, I need a dummy screw for this. Okay. So, now we gotta put the belt in. That goes in. that goes into that hole. And then what size screw do I use? M340. Got one long M340 left. Yeah, this is pretty much the end of the mechanicals anyways. Hopefully. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I am. Oh, that's. I don't know if you can hear that. Something ain't right. That is crunchy AF. That is crunchy AF. Ooh. Well, that belt's lined up. Ooh. That is crunchy. We're gonna have to play around to figure out what's going on there. I bet you it's this idler and the fact that it that sounds horrible. That sounds absolutely horrible. But we'll play with it later. Because I am hungry and yeah. So we're gonna call the stream there, guys. And I do have a Vinda here. That'll go in there. This is why I wanted the heat sets for this part too. I'm just putting this on for the picture. Vinda. It's basically a Pinda. Okay, so yeah, so voila. C'est un minion. Gonna have to play around with a few things off stream to figure out what that absolutely disgusting crunchy noise is, and I think I know exactly what it is, but we'll see. So yeah, that was fun. We're getting there. We're getting to the end. I'll play around with the mechanical. So hopefully Friday, we'll start putting electronics on it. So for those that don't know, The current plan is to have the Pico hiding back here somewhere, because we got this big open area in the back here. So print a little box, attach it there and there. Pico goes there, and then I gotta attach the UHP 60 on the side here. So we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So hopefully, if all goes well, everything will be fully contained in this one single package here. So that's the current plan. So yeah, V-Tuesday. V-Tuesday is V2. It's chilling on the ground back there. So that is cool. I've already broken this fan shroud by grabbing it. But it is what it is. Oh, I've cracked it. It's already cracked. Nice. Cool. Fancy. I really don't like that grinding. And I guarantee you, it's the idler. It's the idler. The idler's way too tight in there with those shims that they got. I gotta take one of them out. Or both out and just let it float. Where did it crack? It cracked right where the block goes into it. It's too tight. Let it float. Yeah, already it sounds better. So that's exactly what it is. It's way too tight in there. So I'll put one of them in. It looks like I need one of them. But there it is. Okay, so voila, c'est une V-Minion. Next week, Friday or Tuesday, or Friday or next Saturday, we'll see. We will continue on with the electronics. So for all those who joined the stream, you're awesome. For anyone who donated to the stream or became a member of the channel, or if you're not a member of the channel, consider becoming a member. I would not be able to do the things I do and create the content I create without you guys. So it's all possible because of you, because you're all awesome. Even those who just watch the show, because it's fun. I love hanging out building printers with you guys. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. Cheers. And of course, I keep forgetting where the buttons are on this. There we go. Bye.